All right, here we have page 1, multiplying fractions. This is just the fractions, not the mixed number. There's no whole numbers because you're making everything a fraction to work these. All right, how to multiply fractions. FYI, for your information, of means to multiply. Of means multiply. Knowing that, when you look down here and you see it says of, those are all multiply. You can just go ahead and put a little X there if you need to, just to know. They're all multiply. All right. Now that we have that, you can go ahead and read it. Use the shortcut method. Simplify before you multiply if it applies. I will go ahead and show the first one being done with the shortcut method for those that are curious about it, but I'm not worried about everybody knowing it. I will go ahead and show it to you though. All right, right here it says use shortcut method. So remember to write a whole number as a fraction. 6 is 6 over 1. If 6 is 6 over 1, down here on number 1, 20 would be 20 over 1. All right, if that's the case, you can actually cross simplify. And what that means is the ones that are where the X is pointing at, you see the X here? The ones that are pointing straight across, you could actually simplify those if you want. Treat them like they're fractions where you simplify them. And what that means, this is the shortcut method, guys, is 4 and 20. Well, they're both even, so I could just put 2 into both of them, but instead 4 fits into both of them. So 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 20 5 times. So 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 1 is 1. 15 over 1 is the same as saying 15. That is the shortcut method. If you were not using the shortcut method, that's fine. Go ahead and just do 3 times 20. So here, 3 over 4 times 20 over 1 equals 3 times 20, 60. 4 times 1, 4. 60 over 4, that simplifies. 4 can fit into 60, and you can set up your division problem, but I'll go ahead and let you know. Goes in 15 times. You'll get the same answer. It doesn't matter. All right, 9 times 5, 6. 9 would be 9 over 1. So 9 times 5, 45. 1 times 6, 6. If you were using the simplification method right here, 9 and 6, see how they're opposites? This is on the top of this side, bottom of that side. You could simplify them. 3 goes into 9, 3 times. 3 goes into 6, 2 times. 3 times 5, 15. 1 times 2, 2. 15 over 2 and 45 over 6 would be equivalent fractions. 2 goes into 15 how many times? Because we have to simplify if necessary. That's what it says. So I'm going to take my 2 and I'm going to put it in the 15. 2 goes into 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Subtract and you get 1. I have a 1 remainder. We're not going to be doing decimal, 0 decimal, because we're dealing with just fractions. This is only fractions. So therefore, you're going to go ahead and say this is my whole number, that's my numerator, and that's my denominator. 7 and 1/2. 7 and 1/2. That's number 2. And I'll even go ahead and work number 8 for you guys. All right, so 2/3 of 16. 2/3 times 16. So I'll reset up the problem. 2/3 times 16 over 1. All right, 2 times 16, 32. 3 times 1, 3. And now I'll have to divide. 3 goes into 32. 3 goes into 3, 1 time. 1 times 3 is 3. Then you get to subtract it. You'll get 0. Bring down your 2. All right. Guess what? 3 goes into 2. 0 times. 0 times 3 is 0. Subtract it. You still get 2. I got a remainder of 2, which is my numerator. I have 10 up here, which is my whole number. And I have my denominator right here. So that would be 10 and 2/3. All right. On the rest of these, I'm only going to just work 1 for now. I'll come back and do more later. This is multiplying mixed numbers. I'll go ahead and take a difficult one. We got number 6 down here. says, how do you do it? Change mixed numbers to improper fractions. Can anybody raise their hand and tell me how you change a mixed number to an improper fraction? J-Twan.
By multiplying the denominator by the whole number and by adding the numerator with the
And what do we call this method?
Texas.
T-X. So 2, like you said, denominator times whole number. 2 times 4, 8. 8 plus that 1 is 9. So 9 over 2. All right. Then you have right here, do the same thing, Texas. 2 times 7, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. Go ahead and multiply it across. 9 times 15. That's kind of a difficult one, so I would actually do my multiplication. And you'll have 15 times 9. 5 times 9, 45. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4 is 13. So this would be 135 over 2 times 2 is 4. 135 over 4. Is that it? Am I done?
No.
No, I need to simplify. I need to go ahead and take that denominator and put it into that numerator. So I'm going to go ahead and work that on a sheet right here since I don't have enough room. And that would be 4 into 135. Denominator at the door. There we go. 4 goes into 1, 0 times, but 4 goes into 13, 3 times. 3 times 4, 12. Subtract it, you'll get 1, and you bring down your 5. 4 goes into 15, 3 times. 3 times 4, 12. Subtract it, you'll get 3. There you go. I got 33, whole number. I got remainder, which is my numerator. And I got my denominator. So that would make it 33 and 3/4. 33 and 3/4. And that would be the answer. And that's multiplying fractions and mixed numbers.